In the name of the genre that brought you the dance moves like fist pump, shuffle, and a bunch of different other weird ones, here we have EDM. Now in the studio we have Stuk, or the intentional name Stök, which is the Swedish word for mess, I guess. We have a bunch of house loops for you to try out in the studio right now, so check it out. So we've been doing these videos for a while, and we thought that it would be a great idea to start doing this a little bit more regularly, so we're starting this off officially now with the Ask the Producer series, featuring yours truly. It's me, Adam. Hello, you've seen me before. Now, let's get to it. The basis of house. You have a super simple kick and snare pattern. You have a 4 on floor kick, which means 4 beats per bar, basically. So as you can see here, let's listen to it. And every other, you have that clap or snare. Now, house wouldn't be house if it didn't have a little bit of extra groove in there. So we're gonna add in a couple of hi-hats and tops. Now with that, you can add literally anything. House doesn't really discriminate against any type of instrument and stuff like that. However, synths are usually very common and some sort of bass line. There's a bunch of different subgenres, so we can really get down deep into this huge umbrella of a genre. If you would like me to explore a specific subgenre, please leave it in the comments down below and I will make sure to make one of those. Now, here we have a bass line and like a background vocal thing. If we'll listen to them independently, get this. You hear that is mainly a type of noise, and then there's that vocal kind of just like laying on top there as a pad. And then we have the basic bass line. Now if we play these together and just the kick and snare and the bass, you will hear them clash a little bit in the low end. And if you watch the video where I was talking about leaving space, this is actually a perfect segue into the new feature that we have. So I am going to go into the bass effects tab, and here we can see instant sidechain. I know a lot of you have been asking for this for the longest time. It is finally out, and we have a couple of different modes for it, so I'm going to go through them all. Now, what I've used for this one specifically is the quarter note on time, full amount, and the medium duck. Now with these modes and these curves that we're going to go through, I'm going to show you what they mean. But medium duck with the kick and snare sounds like this. If you compare it to without, kick doesn't really come through as hard, so... And to really bring it home, I'm going to play it without the kick and snare pattern so you can hear what it actually does. Without. So you can see that it's pumping like that, right? So what this is a volume ducker that does it at a set interval for the entire track. Now, you can put that on something like that noise that we heard earlier. And you can make this into a really nice, unique type of rhythm. I'm going to open up the effects tab on this one. I'm going to go to offbeat on the mode and then listen to it. So now it sounds like this. So together with the bass and snare, acting as an offbeat hi-hat, like that one, as you can hear. And it did it instantly, and you don't have to cut and chop all of these things. Make sure you have the crossfades, etc. going on. Literally just put the effect on and there you have it. So with it off, with it on. Now you can do a bunch of different things with these modes. So I'm going to go through them with this track specifically so it's easier to hear. I'm going to turn that one off. Now what you can do in this is have short duck, medium duck, long duck, half and half, subburst, and offbeat. Now, short, medium, and long ducks, it's not the quack type of duck, it is volume ducking, when you're supposed to use each of them. So what this really comes down to is how long your kicks are. So if you listen to the kick pattern that we have right now, it's not super long. So here I've gone for the medium on the bass, works perfectly. Let's do it with the vocal sample that we have as well. Put that one on medium and let's listen to it. So the entire rumble of the kick can actually develop fully before the actual vocal comes in. If we go to short duck, for example, you can hear that it's really, really short, the actual duck, and kind of affects the kick drum a little bit. Now, if we go to medium, it's going to have a little bit of a longer kind of fade in. And if we go to long, it's even longer than that. And in my opinion, that can be a little bit sort of disorienting when you're listening to it. So I'm going to leave this at medium duck. But also, there's a couple of other ones. So half and half is half on, half off. So if you want a more rigid kind of pattern where it goes on and off, you have this. So it's sort of like the offbeat, but it's a little bit longer on the end part of it. Saw burst. This one was a little bit of a fun one that I wanted to implement into this. It is replicating one thing that is very popular in today's type of EDM music. You can hear it all over the place, but I'm just going to play it and you can tell what it sounds like. So it does a little bit of a triple burst there. So we're going to go into another thing. We have all of these drums, right? Let's say we have a loop that we really like and we want to make something along the lines of house or EDM. By itself, it doesn't really sound that housey. So I could really see this on like a trap track or like a future bass thing. But what's great now is that if you have instant sidechain, set it to quarter notes and you have medium duck on, you get this. And now it is pumping and giving a lot of that rhythm. So now we put it together with all of the other drums and we get this. And you have a nice groove going on already here. So do the same thing with your bass line. Or in this case, a vocal chop, and we get this. With all of that said, I wanted to thank you for watching. I really, really hope that all of you that have been asking for this feature are happy with this. Try it out in the studio and give us your comments down below on what you think. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.